All right, welcome back to the UJ Chevrolet pregame show. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network. It's time to sit down with UMS-Wright head football coach Terry Curtis for our pregame interview. And, Coach, a good homecoming win last Friday night over Faith Academy. A lot of positives in that game. I thought quarterback Max Fowler he was efficient all night. Man, his ball handling skills were just excellent in the backfield. Bo Wills, 127 yards rushing, things clicking offensively. Defensively, we pitch a shutout. I mean, just a lot of positives going on last Friday night.
Well, there has been the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With the way how homecoming, I don't know how to say this. With homecoming, you're always nervous as a coach.
Sure. Yeah.
Most of our teams at UMS have been able to handle it. I will say that. They do the homecoming, they do the dress up, they do the parade. I've always said, and you said it when you were coaching here, the game is kind of an afterthought for homecoming. That's how important it is to the people. But I do want them to enjoy it. But yet I tell them all, I said, look, guys, for a football player, if you lose a homecoming game, it's not a great homecoming. So I thought they were focused. I thought they went about their business. I thought we had changed up a little stuff that we've been working on but hadn't really used in a game. And I do think Max handled the offense well, and we didn't throw it a whole lot. Got up pretty big early, and it was a good win. Now, on to the next one and get back to some type of normalcy, but it probably won't be playing on Thursday night.
Yeah. But before we get away from that, most importantly, coming out of that win last Friday night is we secure that 4 spot. We knew going in what we needed to do. We were able to accomplish that, and we've got to go. Now we know where we've got to go. We've got to go to the Region 3 champion, Demopolis, in 2 weeks. But let's worry about what we have here in front of us tonight. But I just want to say congratulations on that, because I think the guys have, like you said, the focus has changed over the last couple of weeks, and we even said it in the booth last Friday night. This looks like UMS-Wright football.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, because I agree. I think, Todd, but you look back at it, our top end, we didn't realize it was going to be like it was.
Yeah.
Williamson was undefeated till last week. Viger's undefeated. T.R. Miller, I've said all along, has got one of the best teams they've had in the last 20 years.
Yep.
St. Paul's, one loss to Saraland last week, first loss they've got.
Citronell's 8-2.
And we right there with them.
Yeah.
And then Citronell has lost 1 or 2 games. So, and we were in those games.
Right.
I'm not saying we were better than them or could have won them, but we were sitting there having 4 or 5 turnovers a game versus none. You'd like to have known what would have happened if we'd have played like we've been playing the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Now, I realize these 2 teams were not of their caliber, but I do think our team have kept, and like I've said, they've kept the course. They've kept working, trying to get better every week, and I'm just glad that now they're seeing some of the fruition of some of their hard work.
I agree 100% on that. Now here we are. We get to face an 8-1 non-region game again here. It's like when you scheduled this, I'm sure you didn't think this was where we were going to be. But what a great opportunity getting ready for the playoffs to play a team that everybody thinks is going to throw the ball until you watch the film.
Yeah.
And then they like to run the ball.
Yeah, they're just like most pro teams now.
Yeah.
And that's where Philip gets all his stuff from. They give you all this stuff with throwing and doing this and all, and then they run the football at you, and that's where their big plays.
Yeah,
a lot of them. A lot of their other stuff is screens and hitches and nows and all that sort of stuff. But then they'll take the deep shot every now and then. And but they've got good running backs. They've got 2 or 3 good skilled people, and another tough region game. We talked about, I think, last week, you never know about your region, how it's going to be. So you want games non-region to prepare you.
Yeah.
But, Lord, like you said, I didn't know any of these 3 were going to be like this. I think they've got
between the 3
losses.
of them, they've got 2 losses.
And one quick stat that we were talking about Sunday, our first one was St. Paul's. They lost to Saraland, who's number 1 in 6A. T.R. Miller, number 1 in 3A, undefeated. And the only loss that St. Michael's had in 4A was to number 1 Jackson.
Yep.
So that's the only loss that these teams have gotten. So, that's what you keep telling our kids, though. Guys, you're good enough.
Yeah.
You're playing some good football teams, and you're hanging with them. Let's win a few of them.
Yep.
You know?
But St. Michael averaging 37 points a game. Our defense right now is ranked 5th in the state overall. I don't know if you knew that or not, but
No.
only giving up 12 points a game. We're ranked 5th behind Viger, and we're playing good defense. This will be an interesting matchup. What is Jay Cozio and the defense plan on doing anything different this week?
Well, this is a whole different thing because they do it both.
Yeah.
They can throw it 30 times if
Yeah.
they need to, or they can run the ball. So, you know, when teams are one-dimensional, you watch people on film and all they do is throw. You say, okay, we can do something. All they do is run. Well, we can do this as this. But now when they do both, now you guys have got to make sure they're in position, they're where they're supposed to be. And,
Right.
and you know, we'll find out how good our defense has gotten this week.
Eddie, how do you approach this game? Do you approach it as a warm up for the playoffs, or how are we approaching this game this week?
Well, we're approaching it as we do every week, but you know, it's the last free game you get. It's kind of game that you want to go out there, you want to be better, you want to see some things, and you want to do some things maybe you haven't been doing to get you for the playoffs. We've worked on a lot of different stuff, but at the same time, you just want to go out there and again play another solid football game with no turnovers and people excited about playing again. So, yeah, you know, it's not a playoff game, but you kind of take on that atmosphere. Okay, guys, This is getting us ready to where it's one and done.
And you want to see those positives continue because you want to be rolling into the playoffs.
Well, exactly. You want to be playing, you know, really well when you go in. And I think our guys have gotten confidence last couple of weeks. We need to continue that.
I agree 100%. Well, Coach, I wanted to say one thing about the playoffs, though. We don't look too far ahead. Have you even looked at Demopolis yet?
I have not. Some of my coaches have, and I've asked them because I know they have. I said, what do they look like? They said they got a really good running back.
Yeah,
So that's about all I heard. All they're worried about, Todd, is who I'm going to send to watch them Friday night.
Since we're playing Thursday night, somebody's got to go.
Yeah, they all worried to death about who's going to have to go to watch them Friday night and who that's going to be.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us on the UJ Chevrolet pregame show. We look forward to hearing from you each and every week, and we know at least we got one more week to do it. Hopefully, we got a few more. Good luck tonight.
Well, if we keep playing well and the guys keep practicing and preparing, you know, we prepare to play, and you can tell they've been watching the film and doing the things that set you apart. So we just got to continue it.
Sounds good. All right, we'll be back in just a minute with more of the UJ Chevrolet pregame show right here on the Bulldog Radio Network, Sports Talk 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.